Well, hello everybody. This is going to be an instructional video on how to get a Cisco firewall 5505 ASA or 5520 ASA firewall to be able to route from the inside to interfaces to the outside using GNS3 as our emulation or simulation software. The reason why I'm doing this is for strictly one reason. On the internet, it did not have a successful way of doing this. I mean, the ones that they posted said that they worked, and I tried them, and I'm going to show you what they were. And they did not work for me. They may work for you, but I've used this method on both routers and or swouters, layer 3, layer 2 routers, and it worked perfectly. So I said, why can't I just extrapolate that and use it in this topology likewise? All in the same, because it should just work, and it does. So we'll go through this. So this is my topology. So I have my ASA in the middle here, which is the firewall, and then I have my virtual machine using VMware Workstation, and then I have again another workstation, which is a DMZ or email server or web server, whatever you want to call it, or whatever you want to use it for. And then I have my Microsoft loopback adapter, and if you have any questions on setting that up, you're going to go ahead and just check on Google and Google it, and you'll find out how to set that up. If you want me to make a video on that later, then just please say so in the comments. Alrighty, so to get us started, I'm going to show you what the suggestions from the internet was. So this is a Windows 8 machine, and this did not work for me. And so go ahead and open up your network sharing center, and you're going to go to change adapter settings, and here's what they said to do. So you're going to control click the Microsoft loopback adapter and your internet adapter, and you're going to right click on either one of them and hit bridge connections, and it would make a separate bridge connection right here or anywhere. And then you would go to your GNS3 configure and point it to your Microsoft loopback adapter, and then assign it a address here on this end. And no matter what I did, I could not successfully ping out to the 137.1 or even the interface from the command prompt. I believe it was like 171 or 117. I couldn't ping the gateway, which is mine is 192.168.1.1, which is the default one. And it could not get out. So here's how I went around getting around this issue. So you're going to go ahead and click on your internet. So in this case, this is my Wi-Fi internet adapter, and I just right click and hit properties. And we'll wait for this to load up a little bit. It just takes a little bit. I don't know why. In the meantime, I want to thank everybody for viewing this, and this is provided through VITEC. It stands for Visual Innovative Technologists, so it's your one-stop shop for network engineering, design, web design, and help desk support, as well as EMR, EHR solutions. Okay, so now to get back to this, if we're on our Wi-Fi, you're going to go to the Sharing tab, and it says Allow other network users to connect through this computer's internet connection. And when you do this, you're just going to be a drop down over here, and you're going to select your Microsoft loopback adapter like I did. Make sure that's checked, hit OK, and Bob's your uncle. You should see the shared symbol now. Now, of course, with any with Windows 7 or Windows 8, the loopback adapter should be 137 subnet address, and it is. Right? Yeah, right there. So that's good. So that's what we know thus far. And I just want to give everybody a heads up. If you're using Windows 7 Home Edition, there is a little workaround you have to do. So again, you're going to right click, go to Properties, go to IPv4 Settings, and under there, you're going to add a gateway. If you do not, you will have dropped packets. It will be unsuccessful. I meant to go to the Microsoft loopback adapter. Properties, and that was fast. IPv4, and you're going to type in your gateway, whatever that is, 137, as long as it's 137.2. And this is the interface for this firewall that you set up, which we're going to go over in just a moment. Okay, so this will make sense to you in a little bit. So this is if you have a Windows 7 Home Edition and you try to ping out from your interface here to your loopback, it will fail. Okay, so that's how you work around that. Alright, now let's go ahead and set up our interface as I mentioned. So I like using the terminal. I'll show you how to use a GUI. That way you know. Okay. Alrighty. So first things first. So let's go ahead and go into global config mode using conf t, which configuration, and then you're going to go to your interface. This is a little different from a router interface. I believe it's IP. Nope. Interface. Yeah, gigabit Ethernet, and then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and go to your GNS3, and you'll see which one it's connected to. So this is my third gigabit Ethernet connection. So gigabit Ethernet port switch, or port 3, which is going out to here. So that's what we'll do. So we'll hit 3, and then you're going to do IP address 192.168.137 subnet address dot 2 or dot 5 or anything you want else you call it. 255.255.255.0 network, and hit enter. Boop. And I'll show you how to do it from the GUI. So here we'll go into my Windows 7 virtual machine, which is on the left hand side, and we'll go ahead and log on to the ASDM. So from that in, as you can see, the default gateway right there is the 10.1.68.1 network, and we'll continue and trust the certificate. I shouldn't have done that because no matter what, every time I reboot the router, it'll make a new self-signed certificate, so it'll always give me that warning. We'll let this load up for just a moment. And good. So when we get here, you're going to go ahead and go to configuration on the top left. It's taking a little longer than I wanted. Okay, so configuration. Sorry, it has to populate all this information. Okay, go to configuration. Wow. Go to interfaces. And you guys can ignore the DMZ, but so my inside management port, which is what we're connecting to, is the 10.1.68.1 network. I have DHCP turned on this specific device, this ASA, as you can see here. Boop. So if we went to CMD, IP config, it should be the first one in that pool. Yep, 51. So that's how we're doing that. We'll go back to the device setup interfaces. Okay, so once you got your management, you're going to set up how you got to get from the inside outside to the internet. So like we said, we mentioned earlier, this is on gigabit internet 3. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Now you don't want to add a interface because then it would just be a logical interface, not the physical one. So you're going to edit it, and you'll just name it whatever you want. By default, if you name this anything other than inside, then it will be 0 by default, which is what we want. I just call it inside because it makes logical sense. And then that's where we'll put in our 192.168.137 subnet and change the ending octet. Then you're going to go ahead and put in your subnet mask using the drop down and hit apply or OK, and it will go through. Alright. Now, next step, we're going to go to routing. Set up a static route. And from this static route, we're going to go ahead and type in, actually I'll show you from the terminal, for those who like the terminal like I do. We're going to go ahead and say route outside, and we're going to say any dot so 0.0.0 to any subnet on the 192.168.137, here's a key, .1, right? We're trying to go from this subnet, we're going to hop over to our Microsoft Loopback adapter, and then that gets passed through our 1.1 gateway. And then you'll give it a matrix of 1, and this is an administrative distance, not a typical matrix what you're used to in a router or OSPF or EIRGP, anything like that. So it's not what you think. So really it doesn't matter. And so you can give it a 5 for all I care. Okay, so how you do it in the GUI is you just add, say outside. You're going to go ahead and hit 0, stands for any. Give it that gateway that we just said, the 137.1. Change the matrix if you like, you don't have to, and hit OK. And Bob's your uncle. Everything should be working just fine. However, on my home network here, we can try it. It might not work. I just noticed that my Windows 7 machine had a bit of an internet outage here, so we'll just test it. It might be up. Yes, I didn't think so. Alright, I'm going to pause this, and I'm going to go to my router and turn it back on. So what was just a few seconds for you was an hour for me. So if we go here, what happened was network address translation was turned off. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and see that we have internet access, and we can, now that the static route is set, is able to reach to the outside, right? So remember, if you have the inside security level from 100 to 0, always remember it as water flows downhill. And so if you want to go from 100 to 50, you can do it. If you want to go from 100 to 0, you can do it. 50 to 0. As long as it's going down, you can. So we're going to show you that I can now successfully ping out. Boom, 100%. Ping 8.8.8. We can hit it. Now, if you go ahead and open up this Windows 7 VirtualBox, we can see that we actually have internet access. So if anybody has any questions on how to make this work, or if they have something different in their topological layout and they have questions, please hit me up. You can do so at newvitech.com and go to the contact us and send me that, or just comment it in the comments and let me know if you have any questions. What I did here, if you need any help, if you want me to extrapolate on how to set up loopback adapters, how to set up these addresses, how to set up the clouds here, anything like that. So other than that, I hope this has been informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.